Hey everyone, we're going back to a galaxy far, far away today. This time with a look at the SH Figuarts Star Wars Rogue One Stormtrooper action figure from Bandai Tamashii Nations. So here's a shot of the box this guy comes in, and as you can see, this is the standard style of Star Wars Figuarts packaging, but this is a bigger box. So it's a more square shape rather than a rectangle that we would normally see, and that's to accommodate the added accessories this guy has. So we've got our figure front and center, we've got our accessories. It says Star Wars Rogue One in gold font on the front. We've got a shot of our Stormtrooper. We've got some production shots on the back with some various poses of the figure and the included accessories with some Japanese text. And then we've got the Star Wars Rogue One logo on the other side. So let's pop this guy out. All right, let's take a look at this guy real quick and see what he's got to offer in terms of paint and sculpt and articulation. And let's take a quick look at paint because there's really not a great deal to talk about here. Obviously, he's mostly molded plastic because he's just a white and black figure. We do have some paint on the helmet. We've got the silver accents. We've got the blue striping here. We've got these silver accents on the lower part of the face mask, as well as some more black and gray and silver accents. That's pretty much it, honestly. There is some silver accenting on the torso and then on the canister on the back. That's pretty much it. I don't think there's much to expect from a Stormtrooper. It is a white and black figure, and then there's some more silver on the back side of the helmet. As far as sculpt goes, this guy is definitely different from the initial Stormtrooper figure we got from SH Figuarts back in, 2015? And I'm going to go over the differences on that shortly as I take a look at both of them side by side. But as far as the sculpt on this guy goes, you can see the differences in terms of how the Stormtroopers look different in Rogue One. So we've definitely got some new look to there. I think the sculpt is really good. Very nice. I think the helmet especially is a marked improvement over the original one that we got. It just looks, it looks better. It looks a lot more like it belongs on this body. The other one looks odd in comparison now. As far as articulation goes, this guy is pretty standard for SH Figuarts. They did fix some of the problems with the original one. So let's take a quick look there. We've got a head on a ball and a little bit of neck movement. We've got the shoulder with great range of motion. We've got, was that single jointed elbow? I don't think there's a way to have a double joint here just based on the armor. We've got a ball on the wrist. The shoulder armor is articulated and it's attached at the top of the shoulder on the arm. We've got an upper ball peg and a lower ball peg, so he's got great range of motion at the torso. We don't have any articulation on the pouches like we saw on the hover tank pilot, though. We do have great range of motion on the legs this time around with a huge ball peg in there. And then I think this is one of the differences, is that the leg can actually pop in and out now, but it actually goes into that ball peg. So you can kind of see there's a little bit of give on the leg this time around, so you can kind of pose him a little better. We've got double jointed knees. We have nothing at the boot level. We have a rocker at the ankle. Some up and down. The armor actually gets in the way a little bit, but there's a decent amount here. And then we've got toe articulation. So this guy has pretty much what you would expect from an SH Figuarts. So let's dig into how this guy stacks up to the original Stormtrooper. So here are our troopers side by side. So we've got the Rogue One on the left and the original Stormtrooper on the right. So the first thing that I want to point out is the difference in the helmet sculpt. You can see there's a lot different. The original one to me looks kind of fat. It just looks bulky, especially on this body. You can see the eyes are different, the mouth is different, I guess what would be lights on, say, a Death Trooper helmet are different here. So overall, I think the helmet just looks, in comparison, it looks odd on the original one, and I think that was a lot of the complaints the first time around this guy came out. So this one looks more accurate to me. It looks like it fits on the body better. It kind of goes with the size of the figure better, and I think it looks a little more accurate to me. As far as the rest of the figure goes, you can see there are slight variations in the upper torso armor. There are variations in the middle torso armor. The belts are different. The cod pieces are different in terms of overall sculpt. It's not a huge difference, but it is different. The leg armor is slightly different. Some of the line work is different. The armor pieces on the left leg are different. Let me pan down to that. They're slightly smaller on the original one. As far as articulation goes, the leg joint that I was mentioning previously, it's kind of hard to show, but the legs can drop down just a slight bit. I cannot see that that exists on this figure, and it goes to part of the issue with posing the legs on the original Stormtrooper. So that's a change. As far as the back side of the figure, we've got differences in the armor. You can see that there's more black on this one here. You can see that the Rogue One Trooper has different paint apps on the canister. And then as far as the leg armor goes, you can see this band on the original one. It goes all the way around. It does not on this figure. And then the helmets on the backside, you can see a little bit of a difference. You can see how the original Trooper kind of looks a little more bulbousy. Like that's very, again, kind of fat, like Michelin Man-esque almost is what it looks like to me now. So I like the design of the newer figure better. I think it's better engineered, and so far I've been able to get it in a lot more poses than the original one. So let's move on from this and take a look at all the accessories this guy comes with that caused him to have such a bigger box. All right, as far as accessories goes, this guy has the standard Figuarts hand selection. We've got the 2 fist hands. This is what he comes in the box with. We've got 2 sets of gun holding hands. We've got the gripping style hands for left and right hands, and we've got the trigger finger hands for left and right. We've got the E11 blaster rifle, which appears to be the exact same as the original Trooper. No reason for it to be different. We've got what looks to be a DLT rifle with the stand. And then we've also got what looks to be, and I could be wrong, what looks to be a T21 rifle, which is what is more commonly associated with a Sand Trooper in terms of what we usually see it with. I could be wrong on that. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. So overall, I'm pretty pleased with the selection. I think I'll still probably be using the E11 rifle just because of the ease of displaying, and that's the standard for a Stormtrooper. But these other 2 options are really nice. There's a lot of nice sculpt work on these, so they look really good. Maybe we'll get a Sand Trooper down the line with this guy. So this guy has more than I expected. I honestly didn't realize that he was coming with these other guns when I ordered him. So seeing that bigger box was kind of a surprise until I realized why. So let's move on to final thoughts on this guy. So overall, I'm pretty pleased with this guy. He's as far as I'm concerned, he's an improvement over the original figure, which I know a lot of folks were really disappointed with when this line started. So this should be a welcome addition to most folks' Figuarts collection. I love this sculpt. I like what paint we did get is there, and it looks good. I don't have any issues. No paint where it shouldn't be. No mistakes that I can tell. And I love the inclusion of the other 2 guns that we can use to, you know, make a little battle scene with it, or just to have him doing something different than just holding the standard rifle. So I'm pleased that we got those. You know, I think this Trooper is at present the definitive Stormtrooper action figure that I have in my collection. I don't think I've got anything that comes close. The other Figuarts was nice at the time, but this one has surpassed it as far as I'm concerned. So that's going to do it for this review, guys. Stay tuned to Toy Bro for more reviews. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, share, and until next time.